So I had a box that I made that was really, as it turns out, too small to really hold much of a secret. It was too small to hold much of anything, but it was a beautiful box. I was at a boarding school that we had a wood shop, and one of the standard projects that you would make was a lockbox out of wood, and it had a one of those masonite bottoms. And it was an opportunity to use all of the tools in the wood shop, the table saw and the belt sander and so forth and so on. Did all of that and had it finished. But I did not know what the proper dimensions for such a box were, because it was just small enough that you couldn't fit papers in it either way, 8.5 by 11 paper, so that was out. And so I never really had much of a use for it once I brought it home. It's like, okay, look, this is my skill at woodworking. It's beautiful, it's stained, it's shiny. That's how nice it is. And it has a nice hasp on it and so forth. And it sort of took up a spot in my room, and I went home and I went on to make like other things that were a little more dimensionally appropriate. I made a box for my radio, which I could bring back and forth on the bus. And I made a potato bin for the kitchen, which ended up sitting in my room and being a storage bin for other things later on. Porn, mostly. Had to talk about porn here, you know. Hasn't been represented yet. Anyway, but we aren't talking about that. So fast forward to a year ago last summer. It is the summer of 2009, and I'm at my parents' house for the first time in probably about 10 years. Now, the room that I grew up in when I was living there, I actually switched out of when I went away to college, and my sister took it over. But she didn't do a fantastic job of switching things over in my absence, so for the remaining time, there was like my stuff and her stuff kind of commingled. And I was living in the smaller bedroom and she was in the larger one. But again, when I went